Welcome back to CAN, Caribbean Affiliate News. This segment is sponsored by Claire. A senior Antigua and Barbuda diplomat is urging Caribbean countries to stand up for their rights in dealing with matters before the World Trade Organization. And I quote, "I know the Caribbean right now is also looking at rum and issues related to rum and whether the United States should be taken to the dispute settlement body over rum. We have to stand up for our rights and it is not a matter we should shy away from," Trade Ambassador Colin Murdoch said. Antigua and Barbuda has gone to the WTO with its gaming dispute against the United States, and in 2007 the WTO awarded it the right to target U.S. services, copyrights and trademarks in retaliation for its online betting ban. But the WTO capped the limit of annual trade sanctions at $21 million US, even though the Baldwin-Spencer administration had originally sought the right to impose $3.4 billion US in retaliatory measures, while Washington had offered a mere $500,000 US. And I quote, "I think our case shows the system is there for small states and large ones, and I don't think we should shy away from utilizing the dispute settlement that is available to us," Murdoch said as he participated in a radio program. Murdoch informed listeners of the Antigua and Barbuda government's recent formation of the Remedies Implementation Committee, which is responsible for developing the plan to build the structure necessary to suspend certain U.S. intellectual property rights to the tune of $21 million US per year as sanctioned by the WTO in January. Murdoch said that the island is setting a precedent on how small Caribbean countries can assert their rights under WTO agreements in the future. The trade dispute between Antigua and Barbuda and the United States originated in 1998 when Washington enacted laws preventing foreign-based operators, including Antigua and Barbuda, from offering gambling and betting services on a cross-border basis to U.S. consumers. Antigua and Barbuda says it has received support from fellow Caribbean community countries as well as from the international community such as Venezuela, Brazil, and China. Diligent work spearheaded by the unions representing University of Guyana workers has commenced with a view of a document being prepared to carefully outline the financial status of the tertiary institution. The document, once completed, will be presented to a parliamentary special select committee for review. But even as this is being undertaken, the union's tasked with representing the workers have been seeking the support of various stakeholders, including the Ministries of Finance and Education, as well as Vice Chancellor Professor Jacob Opadiyi, who according to reports is currently outside of the jurisdiction. The union's lawyers are also said to be playing a vital role in helping to address the concerns. And I quote, "The VC is one of our stakeholders, so we have to engage him on quality assurance, infrastructure, among other things. So when he gets back, that is what we will talk about," said President of the University of Guyana Senior Staff Association, Dr. Pat Francis. Dr. Francis said that while there is currently no amplified action to emphasize the concerns of the union, much is being done in the background. She noted that the unions, including the UGSSA and the University of Guyana Workers Union, have on the front burner issues such as salaries, conditions of service that deal with remuneration. She also disclosed that we are still awaiting the council to be out in place. The unions have been expressing concern ever since the life of the university's council came to an end on June 30th. It was with unease, too, that unions have observed the failure by the relevant authorities to appoint another council, which it claims has had a negative impact on the functioning of the university. For instance, it was noted on several occasions that the UG negotiating team cannot be convened without at least 2 council members. Hence, the recommencement of salary negotiations is dependent upon the appointment of the council or the extension of the life of the old council. Additionally, it was revealed that a recently scheduled appointment committee was cancelled as it needs council members to be quorate. This means that new appointments and renewals and extensions of contracts are still to be completed. Jamaicans residing in Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, Maryland will be celebrating Jamaica's 51st anniversary of independence with several activities beginning this weekend. In addition, from August 3rd to the 11th, the Embassy of Jamaica in Washington, D.C., under the leadership of Ambassador to the United States, Stephen Vassiani, will be engaged in activities supported by leading Jamaican organizations. The activities commence with the Jamaica Organization of Maryland Annual Independence Ball, which will be held at the Martins West Conference Center, Baltimore. Vassiani is scheduled to deliver the keynote address at the ball, which is expected to attract about 400 Jamaicans and friends of Jamaica. This year, JAM will present the Marcus Garvey UNIA Award to Dr. Maxine Clark, while the Distinguished Community Service Award will go to Dr. Hyacinth Dunstan Hunter. Among those to bring greetings at the event are Maryland's Lieutenant Governor Anthony Brown, who is of Jamaican parentage, U.S. Congressman Elijah Cummings, and Baltimore's Mayor Stephanie Rollins Blake. In Barbados, opposition legislators say they are concerned at the continued silence of Caribbean leaders to the ongoing political situation in St. Kitts and Nevis and a warning of possible violence in the future. Leader of the main opposition People's Action Movement, Sean Richards, told the Caribbean Media Corporation that to date, none of the regional leaders had responded to their pleas to intervene in the current political stalemate, warning that neither the Caribbean community nor the sub-regional organization of Eastern Caribbean states can afford to turn a blind eye to the situation. And I quote, "It is unfortunate that one does not hear any sort of urgings coming from these particular leaders throughout the region saying to the Prime Minister that what is going is setting a bad example for democracy, not only in St. Kitts and Nevis, but throughout the rest of the region. We will continue to agitate politically. If it means that we have to have more demonstrations, we will do so," said Richards, insisting that CARICOM or the OECS cannot argue they have no right to interfere in the internal affairs of St. Kitts and Nevis, since they are guardians of democracy in the region. He describes the political situation as tense and likely to worsen, and that there have already been politically motivated acts of violence. You're watching Caribbean Affiliate News. Stay tuned.
5 million customers use Leica Mobile for affordable international mobile calls, connecting over 2.5 million mobile calls daily, helping our customers stay in touch with their loved ones, whether they be in Asia, Africa, Europe, or the rest of the world. Every 5 seconds, a new Leica Mobile customer joins our growing family, helping you to make affordable international calls across the world. Leica Mobile. Call the world for less.
Lavaman say it's all about the food. August the 10th. Foreigners welcome to the land of oil dung. Beers and strong rum, girls hot and can done. It's all about the food. Oil Dung Fest, August 10th, Lampama, I'm in the place.